In Brett and Fred, the title characters embark on their unparalleled journey from their hometown. That will take them to various unique locations. The game doesn't put a lot of time into storytelling and explanations as it aims to jump into platforming as soon as possible. It's all about rage and it won't take long. Bread and Fred brings a new twist to the platforming formula with its co-op aspect. Not only will two players overcome each obstacle, you are also tied with a rope, which forces you to cooperate and work as team in each puzzle. In addition to being a means of dealing with the functional, it also creates a lot of new problems that I didn't think about until it was time to play. So for example, when I first started playing with my buddy, it was almost impossible to guess the time. If one of us lingered half of a second while jumping, neither of us made it into other platform. We took advantage of the in-game countdown feature, and as we played more and more hours, we got into a perfect rhythm. So since you are connected to each other, the rope can also be used to facilitate movement, as a player can pull on the rope to slowly bring the other closer, which is incredibly useful if one of you jumps and the other doesn't. It can also be used to swing around to pick up the pace and make some massive jumps to reach out of reach platforms. Players can also anchor and anchor themselves to prevent any unweighted slip. Understanding rope physics is one of the keys to success in the game. Together on a tightrope. In a true game of rage, Brett and Fred's platforming is often heavily pushing for bad jumps and other sequences. There have been countless instances where near miss sent me in a body head over heels, wiping out 15 minutes of progress in an instant. It's all good, and we laugh at to each other more than angry. However, there is a feeling that the game has a lot of moments created in order to intentionally upset the player. While the game excels at this, it seems like a good hit moment gets in the way of fun level design. It was because of this that solo mode, in which you play as a penguin tied to a rock, didn't really appeal to me. There is not much pleasure to be had when there is no other person to share to suffering with you. Reach for the top. Playing the pieces over and over again, I spent a lot of time looking at the environment in Brett and Fred. Luckily, most of them are just great. Pixelated art style not only gives the game an old school vibe, but also creates a warm and energizing feel to the violent world. The developers are also using shadows to give visual pleasing depth to each level. Lighting has made many of the interior spaces up. While many complex, rage-inducing games favor dramatic scores and epic melodies to accompany your prolonging adventure, Night and Fred has a perfectly idyllic soundtrack that would be relaxing it in any other game. But here they are fun juxtaposition with some pretty intense gameplay outcome. Breath and Fred has solid platforming mechanics. The introduction of the rope opens the door to brand new frustration and gameplay elements. The game is very successful in a co-op experience that will have you to either at the throat of your friends and loved ones. Laughing uncontrollably even it seems like there is nothing special under the surface.